Hi, welcome to Trailer Trash, episode 39. Don't remember the other 30? Neither do we.
Yeah, time dilation, interstellar type stuff. You're not interested in it. What you are interested in is this latest episode of Trailer Trash, where special guest, this guy right here, and
Mac.
break down the Luke Cage official trailer.
Alright, let's get started.
Oh, we got shades of Hellboy right there with that truck smash.
I'm just living my life.
Nice
Day to day.
shots.
You should be out there helping people. You think I asked for any of this? I was put in some tank like an exotic fish. Came out with abilities.
Got the classic
I just want to be
Power
left the
Man
hell
wristbands
alone.
and tiara.
That would be a
Without the
waste.
billowy yellow shirt.
Harlem. Perpetual symbol of hope and
I
prosperity.
think so, actually. Many productions
Too much happens in the shadows.
on location.
People fear what they can't see.
One of the shots that they did in the barber
This
shop,
place is our
all
reputation.
of the shots in
Our
the barber
legacy.
shop
Our blood.
were actually shot in the barber shop in Harlem.
In every
And
business
they
we
were
squeeze
gonna
from
try and
hard.
shoot it. If there was another location that would have worked better, no, like
Yeah.
authentic Harlem.
I'm getting
Everybody wants to be
really
the king.
shades of Michael Clark Duncan's
Sometimes if
Kingpin
you want
from this
justice,
Yeah,
you have to give it
standing
yourself.
in front of the crown.
Yeah.
Hungry arms.
Give
Well,
us
the future
money.
Meow. From Meow.
Like your
Jules.
tone.
They're helping to do it.
You have my word, man.
That cage.
I've got you.
Yeah. I mean, even those scenes when we're doing an after trailer breakdown, talking about the double MP5 still actually.
You want to go to war? I'll take you to war.
You might be bulletproof. The Harlemate.
You wonder why he's even bothering with the cargo.
Yeah.
This city is supposed to represent
I
our
don't think he
hopes
needed
and
it.
dreams.
Looks good.
You have to fight for what's right every single day.
Why don't you just tell us your name?
The whole neighborhood is yapping about how two goons got the beat down last night.
In a very familiar looking boxing gym.
I heard it was 4 guys.
That'd be a great Daredevil cameo. He just
It
comes
probably
in like, what
is.
the hell, man? I come here all the time.
How's he gonna know? He's blind, supposedly. I can smell it. Something horrible happened in this gym.
I can smell the blood in the air.
Yeah, very solid trailer.
Yeah.
Actually got me pretty hyped for the show. The little teaser that they gave originally, I watched it and I wasn't quite sold.
I was still excited.
This one I think had just enough action, just enough of a glimpse of what's actually going to be happening that I'm like, okay, now I can start looking forward to the release date, which is about almost exactly a month from today. It's like a month and
What
like
day is
5
it?
days.
No,
Today's the
don't
20.
date this. We just dated it. It's the 21st.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, it's a little over.
Yeah, a month and like 6
Little
days, right?
I'm really excited. All the people I've told to watch this trailer went in without a care for it, thinking they weren't going to watch it. And now they're really excited for the show to come out, too.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I mean, so my only concern, and it's something that has been kind of a carryover problem from Jessica Jones, is that I'm still a little concerned that Luke Cage's powers are going to be vaguely defined and inconsistently represented.
Yeah.
We saw him get beat up several times in Jessica Jones. Like, you know, somebody whacked a chair over the back of his head or somebody hit him with a cattle prod, and like that was enough to
Oh, yeah, that's
knock
right.
him down,
That whole
if not
thing where they're
out.
getting, like, beaten with...
Yeah.
I forgot all about that.
And
That's
so,
dumb.
you know, going into this trailer, I was under the impression that this iteration of Luke Cage, you know, his bulletproof skin was going to be, you know, something akin to the armor that Batman wears. You know, enough to stop small arms fire, most physical blows, but not enough to keep out the effects of, say, something like electricity or, you know, large caliber bullets.
Yeah.
But here you see him, you know, basically tanking larger caliber rifle shots.
Yeah.
So unless he gets stronger as it goes on.
He might.
Mhm.
Maybe the Luke Cage we saw was like a somewhat fresh power Luke Cage, and he's just like getting stronger as the series goes on. I don't know. I feel like they kind of all of the Netflix show characters have like incredibly inconsistent powers. Where like Jessica Jones can be taken down by like
A plank.
5. No, wasn't it like? Oh yeah, it was.
It
was the board. She hit her like twice.
Yeah, that nosy, bossy, obnoxious neighbor lady hits her with a board and knocks her out for like 3 hours.
Oh my god, that was ridiculous.
Unless she's gonna be a superhero too. She's gonna be like
Who could she be?
the nagger, Lady Stiltman. You heard it here first.
Her brother was supposed to be Stiltman.
He was Stiltman.
No,
He used actual stilts.
Did he really?
No.
Oh, I don't remember Jessica Jones well enough.
Other concerns for me, the villain. Like I said, I was getting shades of Michael Clark Duncan's Kingpin.
Yeah.
Which I personally have no problem with. I felt like he was actually one of the better parts of that Batfleck. Batfleck Daredevil, Bat Devil.
I'm just curious how it's all gonna like play out or even come together. Like it kind of feels like he's gonna go on this like crusade to save his neighborhood, and that I don't know who that guy's supposed to be. That Kingpin-esque guy is gonna be the one, making his neighborhood shitty and garbage. And so he's gonna start taking out that guy's operations, and like that's how it feels like it's gonna go. And that would be, a little disappointing.
It feels like, it's a concern that again extended also to Jessica Jones, where I feel like there were maybe 2 or 3 more episodes more than they had story for.
Yeah.
Like what you described as something they could resolve in 5 or 6 episodes of really solid work. And anything more than that
we're getting for this?
I think it's another full.
Oh,
I think it's another full 13 episodes.
You don't need the 13 episodes unless you're gonna give us like 2 episodes of his origin. You don't need They've never needed the full 13 episodes for all of their Netflix series. Jessica Jones, you could have cut down by 3 episodes and it would have been stronger. First season of Daredevil, you could have cut down again by 3 episodes. The latest season, you could have cut out almost everything with Elektra in it.
Yeah,
I think it actually would have been better.
Full disclosure, I could not.
The hand stuff was still good and entertaining. You could have just had I like what they did with the arcs, and they broke it up. Like Punisher arc, Elektra arc. Punisher is like an overarching thing. The hand is an overarching thing, but the first one focuses solely on him. I thought that was solid because it felt like, this is an actual comic book. This is basically like
almost like a 3 or 4 issue run.
Yeah. But I've never really liked Elektra, and I don't think you really needed her in there. I also feel like they like to go too much into the idea of like tearing Matt's life apart and just having him be Daredevil. Yeah, because that weird extent.
That was one of my complaints, even with the original first season of Daredevil, is that we didn't see enough of Matt Murdock, the lawyer.
Yeah,
I thought that they were going to take down Fisk in the courtroom before they were ever to take him down on the streets, and instead it turned into basically a jailbreak and a fist fight.
Yep. And
I thought they were maybe going to rectify that in season 2, and instead they doubled down on the stuff behind the mask, which is compelling in its own way, but at the same time we're not getting this more balanced.
You get to see Foggy be a better lawyer than you see Matt.
Yeah.
Matt was supposed to defend Frank Castle, right? And he was supposed to do the opening argument. That would have been a perfect spot to just give us one look at Matt Murdock, the lawyer.
Yeah.
Because now it feels like season 3, we're going to see even less.
Yeah. And I feel like the reason there's kind of our feelings about Elektra is that there's kind of a big tonal shift where you have almost this more grounded, gritty, kind of morally gray, between Daredevil and the Punisher. And then the second half of the season is kind of this more, I don't really want to say goofy, but it's a less morally heavy topic. Like, you don't have to really ponder the moral, qualifications of beating up a bunch of ninjas.
Yeah.
Like, you go from, the virtues versus vices of vigilante justice to, I'm gonna beat up a bunch of ninjas before they unlock, the Ark of the Covenant or whatever the hell they're trying to open.
To even finish that season.
Yeah.
We burned through the first couple episodes with Frank, and I think we burned through another couple, and then when it came time to finish it, I just didn't care.
Yeah.
The only reason I finished it is because of the Luke Cage clip at the end. That's all I really wanted.
And getting back to Luke Cage, maybe we should talk a little bit about Punisher or Cage Max.
Yeah,
seeing as
that
this
would be
seems
a
to be
great drawing place. I like Cage Max a lot, but I don't like how undefined his powers are.
Yeah.
It's almost
That's
like
another
he
case
doesn't
where,
have powers at all.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, Marvel, going back like 10, 11 years ago, released an imprint called the Max imprint, MAXX. And it was basically their excuse to give some of their writers and artists basically
free reign,
carte blanche, basically.
To go like as far as they want to.
Yeah, as graphic
Yeah.
in terms of depictions of like sexual activity, in terms
Violence.
of violence, basically as dark and as graphic as they want
too,
in terms of content.
Like just heavier content.
And so this is where you're getting a lot of the Punisher stories that we saw.
A lot of the great Punisher stories come from the Max universe.
All of the Jessica Jones Alias was published as a Max run. And then you also have a lesser-known Wolverine Max, which is
not as good.
Not very good.
Fury Max,
which is good. Very good. And I'm hoping that we see something like that. Although Samuel L. Jackson, we're probably not going to see it.
Deadpool Max, too. Really fun.
But getting to Cage Max, it's basically a urban retelling of Yojimbo, or the Western remake of that, which was Clint Eastwood's A Fistful of Dollars. And it's basically Luke Cage finds himself in the middle of a gang war between two rival gangs, one of which is led by Tombstone and another which is led by some guy. And basically it follows the plot of Yojimbo and For a Fistful of Dollars, where Luke Cage pretends to be working for one gang when really he's pitting them against each other to get rid of the two of them. And you mentioned a little earlier as his powers being inconsistent. It's one of the things that I actually like the most about that storyline.
Well, that storyline did it really well.
Yeah.
But in the show, it's different because you need him to have defined powers.
Yeah.
In the show, his powers seem to more be based on the idea that it's rumored he's bulletproof.
Yeah, in the run, there's kind of this. He's kind of a local legend, almost like Robin Hood type thing.
Yeah,
where rumor has spread around all of the neighborhoods of Harlem and everything that he's bulletproof, and people are afraid to test it. He doesn't actually.
He never confirms that he's bulletproof. He always just kind of says like, "Yeah, you're gonna have to wait and see." And
I'm almost a little disappointed, actually, that they show in the trailer him taking as many bullets as he does, because I think it would have been really fun. The first maybe 2 or 3 episodes, or even maybe just the first episode of them just kind of hinting at him being bulletproof.
Well, what bothered me about the Max series is the fact that he gets in that fist fight in that lady's like convenience store, or maybe it's a bar that she has. I don't know, but that guy comes in and beats the shit out of Cage. Yeah. And it's just like, well, wait a minute.
Yeah.
If he's like, you can in 3 pages, you completely got rid of the rumor that he's bulletproof, because that guy like broke his nose and beat the shit out of him. So what? Like bullets are gonna tear him apart. But then you go back at the end, and isn't there that scene where it's like, it's all of the gangs going against each other. He's in the middle. And like he's still standing at the end, right?
But it's implied that maybe they could have missed.
Yeah, it's just like
it's kind of this tongue in cheek. I always interpreted his powers as being something akin to like Kevlar, where it'll stop a bullet, but then something more slow moving like a knife or an arrow would go right through.
Interesting.
Yeah, and so it's kind of like a way that his skin, comic book mumbo jumbo, his skin would like dissipate the forces or something, but we'll see.
I always like the idea of him just being completely, like, unbreakable skin-wise. It's so interesting.
And it's going to be interesting if they give him kind of a comic booky type weakness, like a kryptonite or something that he's acutely vulnerable to.
Well, it looks like he sort of has one from Jessica Jones, where, like, his unbreakable skin is kind of his downfall, because remember, he takes the shotgun blast under the chin, and they can't operate on him or help save him at all. So, like, his greatest strength is also a huge hindrance, because he could die very easily.
And I'm wondering, like, if maybe they're going to go the unbreakable route, and it brings up questions of kind of turning into a bad racist joke. But if they go the unbreakable route, model his character after the one in the M. Night Shyamalan Bruce Willis movie, make him susceptible to drowning, you know?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, because his lungs fill with water, and, you know, you can't, you know, if he's super strong, you can't exactly give him chest compressions or anything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, something to consider.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
And it's the way his power set works, it's going to make it interesting to see how the final confrontation goes down between him and the
well, it looks like this guy
villain.
has powers. The villain has powers too.
Really?
It looks like he might.
From what?
I don't know. I just get the
You
like
just
you
get
see
that
him
feeling?
punching the guy, right? Like he's punching something and blood's just squirting out. So like maybe he has powers. You don't know how long he's been punching that guy though. Like it looked like those were the first like 1 or 2 punches, and the guy's just like squirting blood everywhere.
Yeah.
So maybe he has powers. Maybe he doesn't.
I mean, what I'm hoping it's not is just like 11 episodes of Luke Cage being like, "Don't push me too far, man." And then like episode 13, he pushes him too far, and then he goes in there and like pulls a Man of Steel / Jessica Jones, spoilers.
Hopefully it ends with him doing the Heroes
snaps his
for
neck.
Hire thing.
Yes.
That'd be great. I
Yeah.
want him and Danny Rand to be friends. Like you could have it where he starts Heroes for Hire at the end in Iron Fist, because it looks like Danny Rand's gonna be homeless in Iron Fist.
Yeah.
So he could like hire Luke Cage and just be like, look, what could he do? He could have him maybe he needs like detective work or something, and Luke to like help him get his company back. And Luke's like, I don't really do that, but I know someone that does.
He sues him, and he uses Foggy and what's her name.
No, he can say
Wendy.
like, oh, I don't know anyone that does that detective stuff, or I don't do that detective stuff, but I know someone that does. And he calls like Jessica Jones, and then you have a setup for the Defenders.
Or he gets his company back, right? What's the first thing you need to do when you're trying to go back on the straight and narrow? You got to get a haircut and a shave.
Oh,
And he
God.
walks right into the barbershop.
I guess.
And he's like the only white guy in the Harlem barbershop. And they make a comment on it. And like that's how they start their friendship or whatever.
Oh, God. Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
I just
happen.
want to see them get a series together that's like the Power Man and Iron Fist series that's out right now.
I
Because it's so much fun.
I have a feeling it's going to be sort of what they did with this latest season of Daredevil, where they did half and half. I have a feeling half of the season of Luke Cage is going to be Luke Cage with Jessica Jones, and then rolling forward, I feel like with Iron Fist, half the season is going to be straight Iron Fist. The second or first, basically the other half of the season is going to be Heroes for Hire.
I would really like to see Jessica Jones guest in this series. I think, considering how much he guested in hers, it would make a lot of sense to have her guest in his. Even if it's just for like 1 or 2 episodes, you could even have it end with her being pregnant, and you could do that whole storyline where they're like together. That'd be great.
You think they're
so
going to have her
much
get
fun.
pregnant before the Defenders, though?
Yeah, that'd be really interesting. I mean, a way you could take it if you want to go super dark, you could have her like miscarry because of the villain, and that's like a reason, like the Avengers with Phil Coulson, the reason they're so angry at the villain, they like really go after him, is because like he makes Jessica like miscarry or something. Like that would be
Or he wants
real
to,
like crazy.
If it is Mephisto, maybe he needs like a human host or something to inhabit, and you pull like a Ghostbusters 2. I still got my fingers crossed that it's going to be Shadowland, that we're not going to see Mephisto as he's known in the comics with kind of the red cape and the kind of mustache twirling. Mainly because it makes Marvel Cinematic Universe's equivalent of One More Day one step closer to being a reality.
I think we're going to see a lot of like Mephisto possessing people in like a way where like maybe at the end of Iron Fist, Danny gets his like company back, and in Defenders, it's Mephisto like hiring Foggy, and it's him trying to, ruin Rand Corp, and it's him like hiring Jessica and Luke to do something, like to help take these guys down. Like he convinces them, like, he convinces Luke, like, Danny Rand is like a bad guy. He's like pumping drugs into Harlem or something. And so that's
punched
how
a baby
with his iron fist. And that's how like Luke Cage and Iron Fist meet. And then like, I don't know, I guess this is how Foggy and
they just all run into each other on the street.
They're all in the subway.
They share a really long, uncomfortable taxi trip. They all get drunk on New Year's Eve and call the same Uber.
Ugh. That's how Defenders could work, I guess.
That's trendy, right? Netflix has got to tap into that millennial market. Just throw in as many millennial buzzwords as you can.
It's just a giant ad for Uber. Yeah, so we're really excited for Luke Cage.
Going forward, we're probably going to do more detailed review. Take notes episode by episode.
I guess so. We'll see. I guess how our schedules shake out in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, hopefully we'll be doing. If it is an arc, we'll do an arc to arc, maybe review.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do every other episode, because I feel like if it's 13 episodes and we do every episode, that's tedious.
I was thinking
but I
of
feel just one at the end. We'll have forgotten stuff.
We could do like little notes as we go along. Sound off in the comments. Tell us what you want us to do, and we probably will ignore them anyway. But
yeah, I'm thinking if it feels like an arc, we do an arc, or we break it first 6, second 7, and we do it like that.
Yeah,
that could work. I don't know. Either way, no one's watching this anyway, so it's fine. All right, that was episode 39 of.
See you at episode 78, loyal followers.
Thank you for watching.